Hello, I'm Yolanda,
I'm Shaman.
and this is Shaman, and we are co-founders of Harper Therapy. And it's been a week. It's been a week.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
I was gonna say it's been a whole thing.
It's been yeah. So we wanted to come on today because typically, if I notice like different patterns coming up for me personally, and I'm kind of hearing things as I'm talking with friends and family and clients and like all of humanity right now, I figure it's a decent kind of topic to throw out into the interwebs.
Listening to the universe.
Listening to the universe right here. So, I wanted to talk today about. I was riding in the car the other day to the office, and all of a sudden, this red flashing light comes onto the dashboard, and I'm like, "Well, crap, what's happening?" Well, crap.
Well, crap.
Hunker downers. So like, what's
Leslie
going on?
Jordan.
There you go. So I'm like, what's going on? So I push all the buttons that you have to push to figure out what the flashing red light is all about, and it's like low tire pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm like, oh crap, because we all know what this means.
Right.
We all know that this is going to take some effort to fix, and I honestly don't want to take the effort to fix this thing.
So wait, still a week later, it
Well,
still
no,
says.
That's my point. And this is on top of the notification that was already there that, hey, your key fob is getting low.
Right. You're just full of notifications in the car.
So I'm like, it's going to be a hot minute. I'm going to get in the car and I'm going nowhere.
Right.
I'm going nowhere. But, the tire pressure, I was just thinking, like, we are all so sluggish and like worn down and like a loppy, like a deflated tire.
Beat up.
It's like thunk, thunk, thunk. I think we're all feeling that right now.
I think the mood, we had a yoga class the other day, and the mood in the yoga class, everybody's just like, oh.
Yeah, can we just do Shavasana?
Right.
Because, yeah. So, I was thinking about this, and I'm like, we all need these extra doses of what we call self-care.
Right.
We all seem to be pretty resistant in actually putting those things into place.
Right. Well, it's just not a priority, right?
It's not a priority. Life is chaotic. I mean, we're spinning. There's so many like decision points that need to be made. Everybody's still trying to get into the routine of school and thread of if they're in class and trying to figure that out. And possibly back to, it's just all of this decision-making fatigue.
And work and my kids and all kinds of craziness.
Yeah, it seems like there's very little left over. And now is the time to really super be intentional about the things that are filling for us.
Right.
Because, if a standard tire pressure is 30, which I'm guessing is...
Because that's 32 for your car.
Okay, well, the other tires say 30, and they're not in the red. So
they're low.
Okay. So if the standard tire pressure is 32 and we're dipping down into like 27,
right? It's a problem.
Like that's the stage to pay attention. You don't want to get down to like 12,
right?
Because then you're not going anywhere, and then there's permanent damage to the tire and to the rim. That much I do know.
I'm thinking this whole analogy you're making. I'm just kind of working through it, but yeah, you're tracking. It's okay.
So if we pay attention when the tire pressure drops from 32 to 30 and, even into 27, that's going to take a lot less time when we go to the gas station and we're sticking our quarters into the stupid machine to put air in the tire.
Right. I mean, all these things are symptoms, it's like all these alarms and alerts and I mean, in our life, the feeling worn down, the beat down, the exhaustion,
irritability,
the
frustration,
the snapping at your partner, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all those warning lights.
Yeah.
All those symptoms. Yeah.
Yeah. So what does it mean? What does self-care mean? Because it's a word that we throw around, and a lot of times people translate self-care to like, oh, take a bubble bath or get your nails done, and those are great.
Those are awesome. Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is like pausing and getting clear with yourself. Like, what are the things that are filling to your mind, your body, your spirit, your emotions, your relationships? Let's get clear about what those things are so that we can intersperse them into our days. regularly.
Right.
So it looks like, are we hydrated? Healthy food, like moving our bodies in ways that feel good and are respectful. Getting outside, for most of us, nature is super grounding and connecting and like calming. So that's super important.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the other things? Playing board games with your kids. Well,
just connecting with being with your family,
people that
friends.
You care about, whatever that looks like. Some Netflix or whatever.
Right.
But it's being mindful when those things shift from like filling and soul restorative to like numbing and like checked out.
Right.
So I will just go out on a limb and say there's not such a thing right now as too much self-care.
I agree. Right.
That is not such a thing. And I think that we are at a point where we are going to need to be even more intentional about interspersing those things throughout the day. One of the things that, as people are working more and more from home and working like more because there's no physical break from the office to, work and stuff.
Right.
So even as we're doing that, what does time off look like? What does, having that break from work to home life and play and all those kind of things. So if you would like some support in figuring out what self-care looks like for you, and for many people, therapy is a good form of self-care to kind of help keep things in balance. So give us a call, 813-434-3639. Have a great weekend, everyone.